All right, today we're tackling a claim that sounds almost too good to be true. The idea that you can completely transform your physique with just a 5-minute workout each day. Let's dive into the source material and see what it's all about.
You know the drill, right? We're always told that getting in great shape means you have to basically live in the gym, spending hours and hours sweating it out. But what if that's not the whole story?
Yep, you heard that right. The core claim here is that 5 minutes of intense, consistent effort is enough to get you serious results. So the big question is, how? How is that even possible? Well, let's break it all down.
Okay, so here's the game plan. This whole thing revolves around just 4 key exercises. 4 moves designed to hit pretty much everything, and to do it fast.
First on the list is something called the hold push-up. Now forget about just banging out a ton of reps. The focus here is on holding the position. It's all about isometric strength, or what's called time under tension. According to the source, this is an incredible way to build that raw power and really pack some size onto your chest.
So how do you do it? It sounds super simple. You get into a regular push-up position, lower yourself down just a little bit, and then you just hold it. That's it. But believe me, it is a killer. You're basically in a battle against gravity, trying to hold on for as long as you possibly can. The source actually suggests aiming for 1 to 2 full minutes to build that serious foundational strength.
All right, next up, we're hitting the back and the biceps. Because, let's be honest, that wide V-taper back is key to an impressive physique, and this exercise is like a 2-for-1 deal.
And what's really great here is that there's an option for everybody, no matter your fitness level. If you're advanced, you'll crank out 10 to 15 pull-ups, and then finish with a hold pull-up, where you hold at the top and lower down super slowly. But hey, if you're a beginner, no problem. You can do what are called inverted rows using a sturdy table. Just lie underneath it and pull your chest up. You're still getting an amazing back workout.
Okay, exercise number 3, the weighted walk. This one is an absolute powerhouse for building that real-world functional strength. We're talking legs, core, grip strength, the whole shebang.
And it is exactly what it sounds like. You grab something heavy in each hand, could be dumbbells, kettlebells, even some heavy bags, and you just walk. But here's the secret sauce: progressive overload. The source is crystal clear on this. To keep getting stronger, you've got to either pick up the pace or, more importantly, pick up heavier stuff over time. You have to keep challenging yourself.
And last but definitely not least, we gotta hit the legs. We're doing forward lunges. Now the source calls leg workouts non-negotiable and makes a pretty bold claim that this is one of the single most important exercises you can do for boosting testosterone.
For proper form, you're going to take a big step forward. Drop your hips straight down until both your knees are at about a 90-degree angle. Think of making 2 perfect L shapes. Then, boom, powerfully push yourself right back to the start. Switch legs, and yep, you guessed it, once that gets too easy, grab some weights to make it tougher.
Okay, so that's the workout. But you know what they say, right? A powerful workout is only half the battle. So now, let's dig into what this source recommends for fueling all that new muscle growth.
And yeah, the source really hammers this point home. You just can't out-train a bad diet. It actually gives a very specific pro tip for what you should be eating right after you finish this 5-minute routine.
And this is where it gets pretty interesting. It's all about synergy. See, protein on its own is good for recovery, sure. But the claim here is that when you combine that protein with carbohydrates right after your workout, that's when you really turbocharge muscle growth.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, the source suggests 2 super simple, effective combos: a banana for your carbs and an egg for your protein. Or, for a vegetarian option, a banana with some soybeans. Simple, quick, and designed for growth.
Now, the advice doesn't just stop at post-workout meals. The source then goes into a whole other area of nutrition, talking about specific foods that it claims can restore what it calls your vital energies and even increase sperm count.
So what are these foods? We're talking almonds and walnuts, and then there's this really intriguing one, eating a little bit of chocolate about an hour before you go to sleep. The claim is that this can actually help with sperm count and testosterone levels. Who knew?
And on that same topic of enhancing performance, it's worth noting that the source material also has a sponsored mention for a specific men's health product.
So here are the claims made in the source about this product. It's alleged to improve blood flow, extend activity time, increase size and thickness, and help with testosterone levels. Again, just to be super clear, these are the benefits as they're laid out in the source material we're analyzing. Okay, so we've got the exercises, and we've got the nutrition plan. But how do you actually put it all together into a schedule? Well, the source lays out some very clear rules for that.
Now, this is really important. You need to tailor the frequency to your own experience level. If you're just starting out, the advice is to do this workout on alternate days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to give your body time to recover. But if you're a bit more experienced, the recommendation is to do it every single day, with Sunday as a rest day.
And hey, if you want to accelerate your results, if you really want to kick things into high gear, the source has one final tip: double it. It recommends doing this 5-minute routine twice a day, once in the morning and once again in the evening, to really maximize the impact.
So, after breaking down the exercises, the nutrition, and the rules, what is the single most important message to take away from all this?
It really all boils down to this. The source argues that the biggest barrier to getting a better physique isn't a lack of time, it's a lack of consistency. The workout itself is short, it's simple. So the real challenge, and the question it leaves us with, isn't whether you can do it, it's whether you will do it, day in and day out.